Scorpio.
Hey everyone, before we start today, I'd just like to address a question that I get a lot in my email, and it will save me a lot of time here if I can collectively address it here to you. So the question I get is whether I give private readings or not. And yes, I do. I do it all the time. You will find it here on the sidebar. You just want to click on it. It will take you directly to the website where you can find out more information on the various readings that are available to you, both on the astrological side as well as the psychic readings and what you can expect from those. All right, so let's get on with it and see what November has in store for you this month. Scorpio, this is your forecast for November 2014. Happy birthday. It is your solar new year, so to speak, as the sun comes back to the birth placement in your chart. And we're starting off top of the month here with three beautiful aspects. We got Jupiter and Mercury, we got Venus and Pluto, and we got Mars and Neptune. Now, what does these three do? For the first one, it's communication, and Mercury is currently in your 12th house, which is the subconsciousness, it's your inner self, it's your spirituality, those things that you think when you're behind the veil with your thoughts. It's where that internal spiritual channeling type communication. You've been given 3 extra weeks because Mercury was here in October while it was retrograding, extending this time, giving you that extra space to think about those things that are important to you, especially because it connects here also with Jupiter. You might have been seeing how some of these thoughts have been connected to the direction your career is taking. Are you happy on the path that you're on? Should you make some changes down the road? But all this kind of refinement here as far as your thoughts, I think, is going to come together for you as we move along. Now, Venus is in your first house. That is for the self, your personality. It's also that time of the year where you feel the most beautiful, when Venus really radiates out here through your rising sign. Also here, it's conjunct with the sun, so it just makes you even more so attractive. And we got Saturn still in that first house. Now together, all of these are going to be moving into a place where I feel this month for you is all about finding your stance, okay? Your decisions on what's important to you. Because once you do, I see you kicking into action later on in the month, and I feel you're going to be quite happy with it, because right now, Mars, which is your drive, your goals, your energetic levels that moves you forward, are connected here on November 1st with Neptune, which is the ideal thought, the ideal vision. And when we have those two together, well, I see how you're feeling so aligned with yourself and optimistic that yes, you can make a change, that it is okay. You don't have to feel either bad or guilty about thinking about what you want, all right? That's what the first house is about, really getting close to your needs. Can't just be sacrificial, you know? It is important to sacrifice a few things, but then again, you know, you're also here to evolve through your own spiritual being, and this is where Mercury has been working for you. Now, if you didn't listen to Mercury retrograde in October, right up here on the top button, you can find the playlist and go listen to Mercury retrograde and what it's going to do for you in your sign here, if you're listening to the October end of this reading. So you'll just find it right up there on the playlist. Then we have November 3rd, the sun, which is you, the essence of you here in this first house. It's also sextiling Pluto, which has all of that good transformative energy. It's a regenerator of energy. For you, that Pluto is in the 3rd house, which rules communication. So I'm feeling here that you are going to be communicating very directly, very openly, very honestly, from your heart. Remember now, it's connected with Venus here, the sun. And so it's coming forward here with something that really stipulates your needs. If you're having to do a speech or give a presentation, by the same token, I would say that here on November 3rd, great day for doing so. You have a couple of dates this month that can really help you project out to the world your message and what you're holding here at heart. November 6th, we have the full moon. We always call it, time of harvest. From the new moon of last month and how it's been growing, it's harvest time now. And for you, this full moon for Scorpio is going to be in your 7th house. So it's coming to you and shared between you and your partner. And it's in the sign of Taurus. So good food, good wine, all of the fine quality of everything, fine quality of love and sharing, communicating. This is the date for November 6th. Should be awesome. We have November 9th. If something is a little off, all right, Venus right here is getting a little kick in the side from Jupiter, and you're all about fairness. And if something isn't, I see you taking on that challenge, even if you don't address it here right away when it takes place on the 9th. You may do so on the 10th, but you could still on the 9th, because we also have Mars and Pluto together in the area of communication, all right? So Mars is dynamite, Pluto is nuclear. Put those two together and they're conjunct, so they're side by side. So they're really wanting to convey something of importance to you. So you might just feel that you're not putting a lid on anything. You may be seeing yourself as being very blunt, very direct, still in a nice way. Doesn't have to be in a bad way, as long as you're speaking as the energy is rising. Now, if you stuff it, then it will simmer and it can come out a little bit more explosively, which these two planets can do when they get together. But that is more dependent on what's in your personal chart, not just the solar chart here, which of course I can't see from here. Now, if you have your natal chart, your natal planets focusing on this aspect, it can enhance it and really bring fantastic, powerful, transformative things into being. If you have planets that are challenging this aspect, well, then you might get to see the other end of it. Instead of you perhaps coming out in a very genuine, open, deep, direct and connected way, you might just see outbursts. And these outbursts could come from you, it could come from anybody around you, it could be your partner, it could be a coworker, it could be a neighbor. Whatever it is, pent up energy, this is the type of release if our personal planets will bring it forward or not. The 11th, I see that things are getting back on track. So there is a sense of more hopeful communication perhaps. Mercury and Neptune, it's your vision, it's your higher thinking, it's the idealism that you're holding. And I'm feeling this is being spoken today. So if you had a good 10th, November 10th, where you really were able to cut to the core with something that's really valid to you, then this day should be able to start outlining the visions of where you're wanting to head with it. And this is followed up by Venus and Saturn, which is really wanting to ground and root this vision that you're holding. This will be on November 12th. Venus and Saturn in your 1st house, once again, it is you. It's your personality now, Scorpio, where you're bringing it forward, and you're so much of a private person normally. You don't share a lot with just everybody. You have your specific few that you will open up with and relate and share with. But here on this day, I feel there's something coming together that you would like to share, because you're feeling pretty good about achievement. You've come to a level of, I'd like to call it a breakthrough, because you've just closed down on a whole year cycle here of what you've been working for financially, romantically, the things you believe in, and you're just now holding the key that's opening up for a new year cycle when Venus touches upon Saturn. which it will do next year too, but then Saturn won't be in this area. Saturn is then going to be in your financial area. November 18th, another key for opening up yet another door. This is the Sun here with Saturn. So where Venus visited on the 12th, here we are on the 18th. And we're going to have a little bit of a repeat what happened there on the 12th. And once again, I'm saying here, this is the time to really make solid, good agreements. If there's anything about contracts, this is also a good time for it. It's something that secures or will come to secure you and your path. So we have a lot of Mercury here towards the end of the month. Mercury communicates, right? It's how we think. It's our linear thought. At first it's going to touch upon Jupiter, then it's touching upon Saturn, then it's going to be touching upon Neptune, and then we also have Mars. So it's like everything that you have on heart, that you normally hold within. I'm seeing here towards the end of the month, you're really proactive, okay? You're communicating, sharing, taking action. Mars is going to be really point specifically geared towards your goals. And then Jupiter is wanting to square things up in a good way, in a fair and balanced way. Some research might need to go into it in order to obtain all information of what you're seeking. And then Saturn is going to lock it in, you know, and give it roots on the 25th. And then here on the 30th, Neptune is also in. So then it's more like you waiting to see where is it going to go now, okay? Because it concludes the month and you're opening up for December. The 26th, though, we have Venus, which now has moved out of your first house. It's in your financial house. And lining up with Uranus. Uranus for you is about your daily routines. And your daily routines might have been like this for some time now, last couple of years. Uranus is there. It's going to take time to move through this area. But Venus right now, from the second house, money, income, value, self-esteem, you know, couple that with your daily routines, you might see that something is going to come in. It's in a positive aspect, so it's a trine. So whatever that may be, maybe you're going to grant yourself something nice on this day that will kind of keep you focused on moving ahead as good as you are. And like I said initially, we got all the planets moving direct now, especially from November 16th when Neptune also will turn direct. Neptune rules our spirituality. It rules our vision, our higher thoughts. It's been retrograde for a while, and it also rules our creativity by all means. So you might now also feel how that's going to tie in and move ahead here with you, so you can start doing those things that you long to do. Just promise me, Scorpio, that you take a little time to yourself. Do those things that inspires you, because that's where you get the extra energy for your inner batteries, right? So I guess this is what we have here for you. You do want to listen to your partner's chart, see what's up with him or her, and also your moon and your rising sign. And I will see you in December. All right? See you next time. Bye now.